Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and I am here. I am here with my weekend reads video for you. So, what I'm going to do is update you on what I finished reading this week, and then what I intend to complete over the weekend. So, I think I was still reading The Collectors the last time I spoke to you. This is by Jacqueline West. Um, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I finished this Monday. Is super cute book. It is the first in a series. I do have the audiobook for the second book, and I'm hoping to read this second book sometime this month as well. But we follow a little boy in this whose name is Van. And Van's mother is an opera singer, and they've moved around a lot, and he is normally very much in the background. His mother sees him, but everybody else just kind of slides past him, and he can see some things that other people don't. And that is the collectors. So the collectors are a group of people who collect um, certain things, and Van ends up embroiled in sort of a fight between the collectors and a different sort of collector. Um, and it's a very, very cute book. And like I said, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Now, I also read A Boy Called Bat, and this is by Elena K. Arnold. This is a younger middle grade book, and it follows Bat, who has autism, and it explains it. It shows us what he does, but it does not just come right out and say, like, he is, you know, somewhere on the spectrum or whatever. It just gives you amazing representation. It talks about when he gets excited or upset, how his arms pull in, and it's from his perspective. So he's like, I can feel my arms pulling in and flapping. His name is not actually Bat. His name is Bixby Alexander Tam, but his initials spell BAT, and when he gets excited, he, flaps. And so people nicknamed him Bat. And his mother is a veterinarian. She rescues a baby skunk, and he gets attached to it and starts researching and doing all those things. He is 9, and like I said, it's just beautiful representation. Also, I don't think I said it, but the collector's Van is deaf. He wears hearing aids, and they play a big part in the story as well. Just beautiful books with really great representation. The next book I read was House Arrest by K.A. Holt. Um, this is another one that had great representation. And this was a novel in verse, had great representation of this little boy, because he is, at the beginning of the book, he's a 7th grader. At the end of the book, he's starting 8th grade, but he is a big brother who is on house arrest, and he's writing in a journal that's court mandated. His parole officer comes to see him. He goes to visit a therapist because he stole a wallet and used a guy's credit card to pay for his little brother's medication because his baby brother is sick and has like a hole in his neck with the trach, and the medication is super expensive. His dad left them. His mom is struggling. It's just really so well written and emotional. You also see his best friend who lives down the street and his large, loud Hispanic family and the way they interact. So we have representation of different cultural aspects. We have representation of how you're dealing with being extremely poor, having lost your dad, um, the emotions this kid is feeling, just absolutely beautifully written. It is the first in a series. as well, and A Boy Called Bat was. So if I can find the next books in those, I will probably end up reading them as well. And then yesterday I finished Apple and Rain by Sarah Crossan. Um, this one is not a novel in verse, but it includes a lot of poetry. And this follows a family in Ireland, and Apple has been at the beginning of the story. She was abandoned by her mother. She's 3 or 4, and her mother leaves to go to America to become a famous actress, leaving her with her nana. And so for the next 10 years, or 9 years, she lives with nana, goes to school, and she's constantly missing her mother and hoping that her mother comes home. And so, she's a 12-year-old and her mom shows back up, but with a huge surprise. And this is fabulous representation of like how school works in Ireland. They talk about the healthcare system. We talk a lot about poems and how poetry can help you process emotions. There's a new English teacher, um, abandonment, trauma, reconnection, all from the point of view of Apple, who is 12, 13. She's 13. She turns 13 at the beginning of the book. So all of this is absolutely just gorgeously written. I really enjoyed falling into it, and they talk a lot about different poets in there as well. So that is beautiful, and I loved it. I don't think I gave you star ratings for anything else. Apple and Rain got 4 out of 5 stars. House Arrest got 5 out of 5 stars. A Boy Called Bat got 4 out of 5 stars. So I'm having just a banner reading week. And that's all I've completed this weekend. We are reading The Crossover by Kwame Alexander. In my 7th grade class, we have 6 days of school left with my students, but we're finishing it. We're finishing reading it Monday, finishing writing our poetry and putting our poetry books together Tuesday, Wednesday. So we will finish the unit right at the end of the year, and they can take their poetry books home, and hopefully it will stick with them before we start school again in August. I'm hoping that they'll remember it, and they'll be excited about the fact that I get to be their 8th grade English teacher, because we have switched what I'm teaching, and I get to teach 8th through 12th grade English, as well as a couple of high school music classes, which I'm very excited about. I always love getting to teach literature and writing to these kids, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun. But let's move on to what I'm reading this weekend. Elena and I are reading The Jungle Book. Yes, I could have had this finished last weekend, but Elena and I are reading it together, and we're not quite halfway through. So we will hopefully finish The Jungle Book this weekend. Along with reading The Jungle Book with Elena, I am reading The Last Shadow Warrior by Sam Subidi. This is the Once Upon a Book Club middle grade book for May. I am on page 101. Now, if you did not see my Once Upon a Book Club unboxing, these book boxes come with the book and then a few things to open as you read. So I have opened the first present, and then I'm about 20 pages from opening the next gift. There are 3 that came with this book. I'm not going to show you what they are because I am trying to record. When I get to each one, I'm going to try to record myself opening that. But I am very excited. I am very much enjoying this one, hoping to get that done in the next couple of days. And then I'm also reading Tay Keller's When You Trap a Tiger. Tay Keller wrote her debut middle grade novel a few years ago, and I got a advanced copy of it. And it's one of my absolute favorite middle grade novels of all time. It's called The Science of Breakable Things I was not able to read it with my seventh graders this year because time got away from us. There was a whole lot going on in the fall semester, and I just didn't get to it. So I think we're actually going to start their eighth grade year reading that book together. It's just absolutely gorgeously written, and this one has that same feel to it already. I'm on chapter 6, page 40, and I am reading this via audiobook as well as physical copy, just whichever I'm able to do at the time. She also wrote Jennifer Chan is Not Alone, which I intend to try to find and read this month as well. So basically, what I'm telling you is every book that I read this week was amazing and has given me more things to read. But these are the things that I am hoping to complete this weekend. And then once I get one of the physical books read, I'm going to start Los Monstruos, Feliz and the Wailing Woman by Diana Lopez. As far as I know, this is the first book in this series, and Felice is the 12-year-old daughter of La Llorona, and she's determined to free her mother, who is stuck between worlds, and reverse some curses. Sounds really fun, and I'm excited to get started on that one. So that is my weekend in a nutshell. I'm planning on reading, cleaning, reading some more, hanging out with my kids, and reading some more. I would love to know if you've read any of these, if you're joining us in reading the Jungle Book for the Classic Children's Literature Book Club, because it is our book pick of May. The Goodreads group is linked down there, as well as all my middle grade May co-hosts and links to a few other things. So I'm going to go read a little bit more before I have to go pick up my dad to go pick up my car because it's ready today. Today is just an amazing day. I'm reading. I got 2 cats to the vet to get fixed. I get to go pick up my car and graduation, which I'm not attending because it's 6 hours away, but graduation for my master's starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So by about 6, I will have been officially graduated and done with my master's degree, which is great because I'm starting my doctorates on Monday. All right, guys, that's really all I have for you today. I'm going to go do something semi-productive before I have to head out. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Like I said, let me know if you've read any of these, want to read any of these, want to chat about any of these, and I will talk to you again soon. Until next time, stay safe out there.